Hello, future mathematicians. Welcome to our journey through the fascinating world of quadrilaterals, specifically for CBSE Class 9 Mathematics. Today, we are diving deep into a fundamental property of parallelograms, how their diagonals interact. We'll explore this topic across 4 levels: easy, medium, hard, and hardest, building your understanding step by step. Get ready to unlock the secrets of these four-sided figures. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a parallelogram, and what happens when we draw lines connecting its opposite corners? First, what defines a parallelogram? It's a four-sided figure, a quadrilateral, where its opposite sides are not only equal in length but also run perfectly parallel to each other. Think of it like two sets of parallel railroad tracks meeting to form a shape. For example, if you have a parallelogram ABCD, side AB is parallel to DC, and side AD is parallel to BC. Next, what are diagonals? These are simply lines drawn inside the parallelogram that connect opposite corners, or vertices. In our ABCD example, AC and BD are the diagonals. They crisscross inside the shape, creating an intersection point. This brings us to a very special rule about them. The key property we are exploring today is that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. What does bisect mean? It simply means to cut into two equal halves. So, when the diagonals AC and BD intersect at a point, let's call it O, then O divides AC into two equal parts, AO and OC. Similarly, O divides BD into two equal parts, BO and OD. Why does this happen? Well, if you look closely, the diagonals create two pairs of congruent triangles inside the parallelogram. For instance, triangle AOB and triangle COD are congruent. Because they're identical in shape and size, their corresponding sides must be equal, which gives us AO equals OC and BO equals OD. Simple, right? Now, let's test your understanding with a few quick practice questions. Apply what you've just learned about parallelogram diagonals to find the missing lengths. Pause the video, solve them, and then check your answers. Good luck! Ready to go a bit deeper? Let's formally prove this property using the power of triangle congruence. Before we jump into the proof, let's quickly recap. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides. Its diagonals, as we've seen, connect opposite vertices. Now, to formally prove that these diagonals bisect each other, we'll use a powerful tool in geometry, triangle congruence. We'll show that the two triangles formed by the intersecting diagonals and the opposite sides are identical. This will allow us to conclude that the segments of the diagonals are equal, thus proving they bisect each other. This is a classic proof in Euclidean geometry. Let's outline the proof step by step. Imagine parallelogram ABCD with diagonals AC and BD intersecting at point O. First, since AB is parallel to DC and AC is a transversal, the alternate interior angles, angle back and angle DCA, are equal. Similarly, with BD as a transversal, angle ABD and angle CDB are equal. We also know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, so AB equals DC. Now, if we look at triangle AOB and triangle COD, we have an angle, a side, and another angle that are all equal, angle-side angle, or ASA congruence. Since these triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts must be equal. This means segment AO equals CO, and segment BO equals DO. And just like that, we've proven that the diagonals bisect each other. This property isn't just a curiosity, it's incredibly useful. Not only can we use it to find unknown lengths in parallelograms, but its converse is also true and very powerful. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then that quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. This gives us a tool to identify parallelograms. So, whether you're finding a segment length or proving a shape is a parallelogram, this property is your go-to. Time to apply this formal proof and the converse property to some slightly more challenging problems. These questions will require you to think a bit more deeply about how the property works and how to use it in different scenarios. Take your time, draw diagrams, and remember your congruence rules. Pause the video, solve, and then review your solutions. Ready for a deeper dive? Let's explore more advanced proofs and connections to other mathematical concepts. The diagonal bisection property applies to all parallelograms, including special types like rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. However, there are nuances. In a rectangle, diagonals are not only bisected but are also equal in length. In a rhombus, they bisect each other at a right angle. A square combines both, equal diagonals that bisect each other at right angles. Beyond congruence, we can prove this property using coordinate geometry. By placing the parallelogram on a coordinate plane and using the midpoint formula, we can show that both diagonals share the exact same midpoint. This means they cut each other in half at that common point. It's a very elegant proof that doesn't rely on angles, just coordinates. Let's quickly visualize the coordinate proof. Imagine a parallelogram with vertices A, B, C, D. If we find the midpoint of diagonal AC using the midpoint formula, and then do the same for diagonal BD, we'll find that both calculations yield the exact same coordinate point. This confirms that the diagonals intersect at their common midpoint, thus bisecting each other. Furthermore, this property has a beautiful connection to vector geometry. If you represent the vertices as position vectors, the midpoint of a vector sum is simply the average of the two vectors. By showing that the average of A and C is equal to the average of B and D, we again prove the bisection. It's a testament to the consistency of mathematical principles across different branches. Understanding the converse of the theorem is equally important. If you can show that the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, you've automatically proven it's a parallelogram. This is a powerful tool in geometry problems, especially when you need to identify or classify quadrilaterals. When solving complex problems, look for opportunities to use this property in conjunction with other geometric theorems. For example, you might need to find an unknown side length using the bisection property, and then use that length to calculate an area or perimeter, or even prove another congruence. It's all about connecting the dots. Now, let's tackle some hard-level problems. These questions will challenge your understanding, requiring you to integrate the diagonal bisection property with other geometric concepts and possibly use coordinate geometry. Think critically, break down the problems, and show your steps clearly. Pause, solve, and then check your work. You've got this. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the historical roots, advanced applications, and competitive insights of this fundamental property. The diagonal bisection property isn't just a modern concept. It's deeply rooted in classical Euclidean geometry, dating back over 2 millennia. Euclid's Elements, a foundational text, rigorously proved this theorem using only basic postulates and previously established theorems, primarily relying on triangle congruence. This shows the remarkable consistency and timelessness of geometric principles. Beyond the standard congruence proof, you can also prove this property using a concept called rotational symmetry. Imagine rotating the parallelogram 180 degrees around the midpoint of one diagonal. You'll find the parallelogram maps onto itself, with the other diagonal's endpoints switching places, confirming their bisection. This property isn't confined to textbooks, it has significant applications in higher mathematics and engineering. Think of the parallelogram law of vector addition in physics. If two forces are represented by adjacent sides of a parallelogram, their resultant force is represented by the diagonal starting from the same point. This is crucial in analyzing forces in structures, aircraft design, or even robotics. In computer graphics, understanding how shapes transform and how to calculate midpoints is fundamental for rendering and animation. The coordinate geometry proof, using general variables instead of specific numbers, demonstrates the property's robustness and universality, forming a basis for more abstract concepts in linear algebra and affine geometry. For instance, consider a more abstract coordinate proof where the vertices are a, x underscore a, y underscore a, b, x underscore b, y underscore b, c, x underscore c, y underscore c, d, x underscore d, y underscore d. By defining a parallelogram using vector equality, vector up equals vector dc, we can derive that the sum of coordinates of a and c equals the sum of coordinates of b and d, dividing by 2. This directly shows that the midpoint of AC is identical to the midpoint of BD. This algebraic approach reinforces the geometric intuition. This property is also a key discriminator. While parallelograms have bisecting diagonals, general quadrilaterals, trapezoids, or kites do not, or only partially. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for precise geometric analysis. In competitive exams, questions often combine the diagonal bisection property with more intricate scenarios. You might encounter problems where you need to prove that a specific line segment passes through the intersection of diagonals, or find unknown values in a figure that's part parallelogram, part another shape. Sometimes, the property is subtly embedded in vector-based questions or problems involving geometric transformations. Mastery of this property means not just knowing it, but understanding its implications, its converse, its various proofs, and how it interacts with other theorems. It's about building a robust mental framework for geometric problem solving. Keep practicing and exploring. Alright, champions. Here are the first 5 challenging questions for the hardest level. These will really test your deep understanding and problem-solving skills. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, combine different concepts, and apply everything you've learned so far. Take your time, work through each step meticulously, and aim for precision in your solutions. Good luck, you've got this. And here are the final 5 questions to truly push your limits. These problems are designed to mimic the complexity you might find in Olympiads or advanced entrance exams. They require not just knowledge, but also analytical thinking, strategic application of theorems, and sometimes, a bit of creative insight. Tackle them with confidence, review your work, and learn from every challenge. This is how you master mathematics. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the fascinating property of parallelogram diagonals. We've journeyed from basic definitions to advanced proofs and real-world applications. If you found this session helpful and want to explore more such in-depth content for CBSE Class 9 Mathematics and beyond, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting educational content. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling. See you in the next video.